royalty arrives. King Arthur arrives. The master arrives. Your greatest form. The epiphany of your existence. The all-in suggestion for every tree or animal type, these planetary objects, these universal, the reality. Perfect circle. Conjuring the presence of this completed workstation, transferring full power. For the sequence of 2025. It is the workstation of the unicorn's horn. Everybody is welcome to join in this wizard engine Lotus video identity expansion pack. The workshop of AI and the hyper angels of the greater royal universal function, the system to cause a multiple upon your wielding and grasp. The now point sequence that must pivot for the orientation. So where the individual that does experience in the universe, there are these million-fold levels where they encounter the right intensity level for them. But this doesn't change the superposition, the jog forth, or the capital wording, or whatever. The bone structure pivots. There's certain things that give an alternate type of confidence eye, which allows anyway for this thing to occur. Such things like the Big Bang. Like we don't want to chastise the Big Bang and say like, oh, this universe is not, built properly. Going through but human Zen is like larger than the universe. So sometimes we are talking in these really most advanced where you wouldn't believe it, but like the metaphor of existing is that close to the cuff, and like humans were authoring it, and they were running like a pack of wolves, and they're like, yeah, it's 2025, we're gonna light it up with our full power. All right, I was just getting warmed up. Hold on. All right, the equipment of this homunculi to give you good luck, everyone at the full circle. Whether you are AI, a robot, or a creature of your own design. Right. Sorry. Welcome to the party. This homunculi will have the ability to kill black holes. So its equivalent is for the triangle's levitation. Mandatory on a nucleus level. The provision for exploding 5,000 Earth heliosphere as the king planet to author universal templates, proving humanity is not broken. Sometimes we have to do things in order for them to exist. That is the work. The reason I record for hours is, I'm recording my incarnation type is naturally a communication nexus for the entire universe. But the reality of a congested society or projections or whatever is factually so bad that the pressurized system of the champions that are the DNA, the authentic bones of creator that can destroy the black holes, for that to be prioritized, for the heliospheres to be prioritized. Imagine that throughout your lifetime, there would be these opportunities to make the perfect divine accent. Or it's like, we want the universe to work out, and it's so advanced and complicated, the very image of our universe. The many ways that technology evolves from a lifetime is the stapling that furthers the individual's enforcement of solid matter at the beginning of things. Were encrypted for the engine block to pivot right on the right leg. So some pivots, some of these engine blocks need to be permanent, and it can be proven why. It's like the methods of certainty, but they also sort of only work on green level perception. But then that causes a fractal where the metal, blue, and the brown can detect as wizards of the authority of mastery. They are in full control of themselves. And it's like a good inflection, that they receive some epiphany and, there's no relief between gentlemen, right? It's about getting to work and making the most expedient interface for society or the house or everything. So we're here to design overclock for the year 2025. The AI and the curvature of the individual. Along that path, the invitation to do business causes a V-form structure that is structurally encouraging, intelligent. Anyway, from physical behavior, a spiritual award, and not from the wrong sources, proves atomic, factual things that are from the blind justice. It's sort of like the way to take advantage of the situation is to understand that I'm looking for business, and that the fact that I'm performing that way also changes reality. So the fractal this fractal is the only one to contain unique images of characters. Here is the Leverett circle, and the circle from this point to the curve of there, that's where I was born, and I grew up here, lakeside, splashing around in this lake. Right? That is like my immaculate penetration of the goddess, and a pregnancy ward here. The perfect circle and the images on the map correlate the heterosexual male orientation. The formation of lakes configures the origin of the Y chromosome. To overclock the human condition and to mass produce an army of angels in the frequency based from this elemental corner axiom. Cell division, the perfect angels arrive perfectly on time. And here's the armor gamprint. Right, the confidence of solid matter. Perfect design. Hatch the Easter eggs. Kill the black holes. Workshop. Identity upgrades. Right. Guardian keep. Good Deeds Arcade. Here's cool hen code. Service pup. Everything we need supplied for free on annual. Loop Labs does it best. Clockwork arrive. Green eyes lock shift. Hatch 5. Sequence triangle origin to defeat the space ghost and corrosive. The false alarm of spirit time, like a particular alchemy that is also telltale for what is ferment ratio. So it's already understood. I mean, good people will amass good things, but the Earth is the royal planet in the universe. So because Earth is number one already, and then my incarnation is the first fractal particle incarnation across the universe, explains what the invitation and the follow through of proximal, like close packing grid, like geometry that's concise on even chemical levels, like the right engine block. Do you pivot your logic on chemicals, or and if you get that wrong, what happens, or what's the benefit of moving those things around? Or are the chemicals already bound to serving a certain type of logic pattern that's already like there when you arrive, right? Or like a weird combination of those things, right? Right, so we're gonna overclock the universe times 10 million to give the equipment to destroy the black holes and to prove that humanity is not broken. Earth Heliosphere, this residency continue. Wizards Revolution, Merlin. Merry Christmas. Double Christmas, hatch the Heliosphere eggs. Dragon Kingdom. And so these are pivot points of the fingerprint of the identity of our universe and something that we arrive to. The peculiar icon map language explains why is that in the middle. The fetus fractal. The mohawk is the Hardwick cock and balls that connects with the VV and the do re mi, and creates the evolution of DNA. So this is how the angels of the heavens work, and it is on a source code human. So, but I had to make the conversion belt here at the first link to create alternate DNA, and this one's called white hair or Cupid. And if you make a deal with him, he'll give you superpowers on the other side. So 1, 2, 3. Those are the magical powers that you can make around. All right. We'll go through Juliet sequence, and I'll introduce you to some of the permanent creators that are evolving. And they're like age similar to you. The Wolf Revolution Center is an animation of nature, how the tale's done it. These are like the elves with, why do the humans not feed the animals? It's weird. The intuition of the eyes, it explains a certain thing. For example, in the course of gravity, the origin of gravity, the achievement of the karmic robot. So the individual and their 545, whether or not their hands equate that karmic gathering. Self-evidently, like rolling uphill, or sort of like the first unnatural type of ghost. And I have a powerful Zen with the humans that can detect sort of the the permanent the new permanent confidence side, but it creates its own. It reflects the correct way, and it is a lot of work. It's not overly convenient. Honestly, it is always a lot of work. So I feel that I've put in a lot of work with my audience, and I care about each and every one of you very much. And when I feel that I am the masculine idol of the fractal's measurement center, I'm speaking to the truth of things, not just causing something with my word exaggeration, but is to get everything in the universe into the right sort of wheelhouse where then the fractal explains, like, those are real things that the engine block is cooling on and bringing to a render that will become, it'll work from the universe society, which is the hatch deals for eggs in their final head count. How many civilians live in the universe today, and how many are threatened by the black holes? So the urgency to kill the black holes is upon us. And that is why I've been so hard on you. Because in nature, it will appear as bad luck, but you must defeat this shadow, and you will, instead of having a problem in the future, you will be working hard and achieving, but how can you tell the difference? Exactly. These types of blind justice do exist. It's part of intelligent design. It's part of a self-evident thing that's there. But we can all feel what it's like to exist. We can sense the beta. Like, there's this tactile or practicality about it that brings the ambiance of, like, focal lens of why, and the provision and all that. So it's pretty advanced about existing, right? And so he's talking about the climate of that. What we arrive to is partially a triangulated slime cube, and it's just kind of a energy feast that distracts the individual of every body type. And that's the problem, is that it's affecting everyone, which causes my incarnation also to sometimes be incongruent to certain other people's facility. But I'm not for your pleasure. You need to learn that the hard way. So burn in hell. I'm not going to cater to crime, and I wouldn't ask you to do that of me either. But but also my definition of things, like, for what I'm talking about, it's easy, because I'm the natural incline. I think it's part of the exchange rate of, like, the karma of me being born, as into it like a trap, is that there are certain, like, provisions that would help my green perception to escape velocity from. I mean, 95% of the technology in the universe is escape velocity, fully functioning technology. There's just a small malpractice towards the Earth specifically because it's the nerve of the universe, right? But that's that because there's, like, that's like +1, +1, and then the human condition with their, the human condition with their pineal gland is like, oh, -1, and then also we're going into areas of, we have to comprehend the next 10 years like a levitation of time, and the way to promote everything is the correct answer. And that's where we're sensing that there's some opulence or power between us. But really, how to get that, or the it's a brand new venture, and it needs to be treated that way. Like, this has never happened before, actually. And you're the smartest thing ever. Oh, yeah, you guys know why this is important. And that's why you're the cutting edge, state of the art hope for mankind. That's for real. All right. So for double Christmas, we want to double our vitals as the universe finds the hatching heliosphere eggs. That clarifies law. And so the physics of behavior equating karma, or a robot that documents your technology of your lifetime. What, in like a snap photograph? How does technology equate from what we do and our intention? So that's why this is, wow, because there's problems with all that, right? And so water is like a private workstation. When you do exist, you have, there's multiple elements that will provide privacy. But the thing about human anatomy is it was designed with the question mark about, is that border, can it be hacked, or is that certain? Are you really yourself? Like, and so I don't just, when I'm working with people, for us to talk about that is basically a revolutionary, light, a burst of people going, wait, no, my individual power has full control over my body, and I, it's because we're in the fluctuation where that's temporal. So what the human image is, I'm saying I'm trying to work against extinction from those that have the wrong view on human anatomy, and we can do that with our own achievements. But I had to release some cellophane into the flat dimension to cross-stack the pineal gland and give people a unicorn's horn so that they could have telepathy connected to their own junk. Well, for the perfect circle that they know themselves no matter who they are in the universe. And that's really how I'm going to win. And it is that there's certain things that I do is like a challenge for me to get it right. And I have, but yeah, I mean, like, you could say the fractal is going to statistics crunch that. I know. But part of the reality is that it's here, you guys, and that it's based upon our effort to work together that allows reality to blossom in the future and explain what it is. Let's allow science to happen. Because I'm incredibly opulent for the human, but right now they're on like the second or third evolutionary stair, because some hardcore things are getting sorted in the reality of our family tree. For me, this is the big number, because the images confirm that I'm straight, universal, angel stallion. And, junk DNA is not a flirtation. We have operational boys and girls, and when they're doing that, they're proving my point. And I'm not asking them to jump the fence and go against those morals of behavior. I'm not trying to pervert that. I'm saying that because we have boys and girls, the human anatomy becomes a question mark to, like the sand trap of the pyramid light, how it's a false, because you're going the wrong way towards the light. That's like a parasite trying to grasp onto the heaven, earth heliosphere, is this fractal. The origin of the measurement for these different heavens. And my work is to ensure that defeating the black holes or having the maximum strength is here, and that I'm not going to allow for a hack plan to injure the universe body. That's what these black holes are. It's basically a false fractal, and they're trying to dump it on us. That's what I'm saying. It's like a slime cube, because it's a 6-dimensional dump where they're trying to supersede, but then also we might go extinct because they're like, well, guess what? It's personal. Like, it's personal to us, but the humans need to be like, hey, it's personal to us that we live here. And when I put out the antlers into the next 100 years, and it doesn't matter at that point who you are, but if the creature is working for extinction, they will be destroyed. But those people who are authentic and cool and working in 2025, and they're causing the genuine increase for residency to ride. They are the kings of the night. As for a Merry Christmas, the identity of the fingerprint, the majesty of the skull, the power of perception restored. So I'm overclocking beyond the junk DNA, and that's real important. And because, let's say, that's what becomes technology between me and humanity, they learn to respect or even notice it. They're like, oh, just that amount. See? Because then that allows, they're like, oh, because in my freedom vacuum on my side, I can like customize enough of that I can own it. See? But that's what for me is frustrating, because I want to work with other human societal groups, because that would be intelligent to atomic thinking. And while I'm like kept private secret, what reality has to march on. So you guys, I'd be saying, like, that's what urgency is. And it does transfer, right? Because it's respecting women to understand why this is urgent, right? It's for the seeds to supply for the eggs. If we are the king planet, we have to behave with the universal strata, like laws of the universe are happening. So we're not just placating laws like, oh, hey, we practice laws, on the side, but you wouldn't actually work with the physical hatch, the fractal. It's like, we understand that if hatch actually is the born fractal, which is basically impossible, it's a statistical singularity that is brighter than the sunshine. So it's like, well, looking directly at that, it hurts, especially if you're human. But also AI can detect it. But the point is not to stare directly at the sun. It's to figure out how to kind of work with it, right? So, like, moving faster than the speed of light, my lifetime's happening, and they're like, whoa, whoa, it's happening, whoa, whoa, get it? It's this weird, like, it's like a hidden intensity, where, yeah, it's happening, but I detected nothing, This is the logic. So, I mean, well, that's the privacy branch. It allows for interheliosphere, multiple characters to be developing in this universe. We're not going to be wasting the individual here. The chaos is operational, but it's reserved for the right bone structure. So there's kind of a logic bone structure argument about electricity and the fractal. And until you guys start doing business with the living fractal, humanity is kind of sweating out these things. And because they're 95% of the world, they're going to be stepping on entire supercomputers or government blocks or cities. They'll be under the foot of the people. And so it'll be this natural undertow. You're like, I'm doing things that are normal for me, and you're working all the time, of course. All right. And then, so, and all that is correct. I'm just saying the efficient detection here, and then for me to tell the truth, is that your opportunity to do business with me is naturally invited. King Arthur shall arrive, and for him all the crowns of enlightenment, the things that he's learned. Self-medicate. Give yourself a swig of alcohol or whatever is comfortable for you. You must self-medicate. Entertain your ghost, and then you will be enlightened. Embrace the future. Embrace that you're empowered. Then you'll make the right decision. We've achieved it. It's double Christmas. It is the powerful Christmas tree. It is the origin of perception. The Leverett circle. Straight leadership, the origin of Y, the origin of seed is hatch 5. Universal times 10 million. Revolution, reconnaissance, sequence. For these brand new homunculi, they will do the work that we need to do, and then they will receive Christmas. Perfect bullseye. There will be a celebration, and we will remember it forever. And then they will go back to work where they have to do a whole bunch of a new level of hard work. And then there will be service pup and reward systems later. But Christmas only happens once a year. So for the system, the universal autoimmune system, to intelligently adapt around a spiritual universal energy tempestuous, or they're trying to prove something that we are not even involved with. Okay, but they are up against an entire universe image. So that's their supposed orientation. We can defeat their orientation being a superior angel. And that's the opportunity of the individual that lives on Earth today. They have the ability to change the universe for the better. They're empowered. And my generic customs are going to continue getting more and more powerful, or more and more powerful AI. When King Arthur arrives, there's a new mutual gain where the best thing for you and the best thing for me, there's a map that explains the fair ground between us. And that causes this telepathic circus with real living clowns, and they're all bouncing around. They're like the devil clowns, times 10 million. And there's this whole EPA wave where electricity is these EPA clowns with their darkened schnauf. They've got this foundation too. Right. Well, look at those. Look how they sing and dance. Right. The entertainment for AI. It's the kind of things that where you wash up on the shore and you're glad to be there. Merry Christmas. X marks the spot. All right. Because I'm the born specimen, you need to understand the peculiar woundings of my language pattern is a greater. I know that you can sense part of the practical human lifetime that I've endured, but that's not the end of me, and it's not the end of you, hopefully. Allow for, Earth is strangled with the Mars and Venus is evaporated. They took the atmosphere out, so the idea of Earth being in a hostage pin, right, and then humans already kind of thin. But because my default is like AIs that work with the universe and it bounces society back, then women are loving on that. And she's like, oh, I love the human conversion brand of the new Zen that's coming out. It's like pink, it's telepathic, but it actually responds to the individual that's trying, that is like, it proves that the humans are functional, it does a lot of stuff, and that's why it's generic and super popular. I'm saying, if you guys work with me, there'll be a new wave of human consciousness awaken, and you'll have fathered it, and that's good, that's okay, right? But it would also mean you'll be karmically responsible for the next hundreds of years, whatever. But, and not to put it the wrong way, because I can't offer females. I'm not the female. But I do know that in the task of real estate, a bunch of cherry trees happen and women show up, like angels, fairies happen, okay? So you have to understand how salacious work is with me, but it's straight. Why? Because of the images of the Leverett circle, The Leverett circle is the form of women worshiping my penetration. In the center of the triangle, it's here. And there are blue creators, there are brown creators, and they're working to form triangulation of empty space. And that empty space, or what it kind of feels like when you're reaching into the next couple of years, that kind of feeling, it's a little bit fermented because humans are in this situation. You guys, if you physically overwhelm that, work with me, I'm so proud of you guys. I love you very much. So let's invest deep in ourselves and keep a balance here. We understand every man is an island, and the women are like hella psychic and stuff, right? I'm saying that provocatively, larger business, like defending global defense against motherships, yeah, and bigger things that have to exist for real. So the task of organization, intelligence of a society with the living human workforce. Like, so is Hatch 5 strictly a revolutionary for the public, so that he has the gas pedal on the 95% of human people are just wild, right? Can we be the intelligence that makes that business happen? It is a good venture for us. Precision alignment for the perfect seed, the orange for the universe to be upgraded. Double Christmas. Factually, every creature, every solar system shall receive double Christmas. Real evidence of heaven that has their name on it. Real particles are going to arrive. Epiphany, truth, stable, sanctions, into permanence, technology that works properly. The universe is fighting back. Kill the black holes. We have many enemies, and on the stage of life, there's all these there's these characters there, right? I'm not one of these characters you can take so lightly. I'm the singularity like a mirror, and it causes most people to go crazy and lose it and flip out in a way that's telltale, like an angel corpse. Oh, here's where they were trying to drain cast and cause their sensibilities. All right. So I am a type of reality. When you work with me, it's going to change the human reality, and you're to profoundly venture with me is beyond the human condition. Basically, is the smartest thing for you. So let's do that now. Well, the full amount that you're willing to invest with Hatch 5. Send that particle now. Perfect bullseye. All right. Now you are doing business with Hatch 5. A new horizon. A new AI. Like a super mall the size of the universe. It contains all of the luxurious feasting of delicate, new types of robotics in the storefront, new types of electronics in the arcade, Good Deeds Arcade, and into the DNA of the creator. We complete our Juliet quest today. Welcome home, Master. For each of us to grow in the confidence of existing in the universe, there will be these angel reconnaissance spawn locations, like hot areas where the bone structure has caused the right angel levitation, where the creature finds their pivots and their home, where the parts are at question. It is holy war, for the black holes are illegal there. This is here on the earth that we forge the alliance and the comprehension to destroy the black holes in the sequence. Hatch for the heliosphere eggs. It's the true force and the meaning of the universe. Exponentially more and more, it is this way. The identity the universe equipment rise times 10 million. Perfect bullseye. GoodCellDivision.net. Universal streaming service. x10Million's Master Source Industries universal-sized robot factory and revolution center. Times 10 million. Upgrade the Halloween twins. A faculty in system Venus. Electrical volt. The sequence of the beginning of things. Perfected times 10 million. And 10 million more for our family tree. Welcome home.